So, hello everyone. Today I'm joined by Florence McLean, and together we're talking about the case of Tamara Samsonova. Usually, these stories live through music, visuals, and atmosphere, but this time I wanted to dig a little deeper and not to move away from the art, but to go further into psychology behind one specific case, and also to share what drew me to Tamara Samsonova in the first place. Um, and let me introduce you, if people don't know you, probably everyone knows you by now, but introduction is pretty simple. Florence McLean, she's a psychologist and criminal profiler. Exactly, and that's exactly why I wanted to talk to you, and or to have this conversation with you, and to get your, to get probably like a real understanding and not just interpretation, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
So, hello, Florence.
Hi, nice to
It's
see
so
you again.
it's so great to have you. The last time we had our talk was at Wochen last summer.
Yes, that's true.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it
How
was.
ha what have you been up to lately?
Oh, writing books. I'm just finished. No, I have just finished today a textbook about, of course, criminal profiling, psychology behind serial killers, and
Wow, interesting.
understanding and prevention.
Mhm.
So it is to be published. I think maybe in a week I will have it. And I also translated one of my Danish book to English, Psychology of Evil. And I have also just finished a book with Ben Disa Nielsen, one of the most famous uh, policemen here in Denmark.
Wow,
So I'm
interesting,
busy.
interesting. And now we're together and we talk about tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I don't, you listened to the song. What was your first impression, if I'm allowed to ask you?
Yes, of course. And I'm always honest with you, you know that. And I just love it. You know, the more I hear your voice, the more I like the song because you have the most beautiful voice in the world. I just love it.
Thank
And
you so
you
much.
have a way of pointing out some of the important things in the case so you can follow it very, very distinct. And I like that very much. I like that you make the case. It is a horrible case. We don't forget that, but the way you write the song in a very beautiful way, but with a case that is very horrible, and
Hmm.
it is intriguing. It
Hmm.
is really intriguing. I like that very much.
Thank you so much. And it means a lot coming from you, that means a lot.
Thank you.
Because if we want to start just by why I was interested in writing about her, because we talked about female serial killers, and what really drew me to Tamara Samsonova was the contradiction, like she was an elderly, rather like delicate woman, and someone people would associate with, harmlessness, routine, maybe even care, if that
Mm.
makes sense. So,
Yeah.
and yet this case is extremely violent,
Yeah.
like an elderly woman dismembering a human body. That really stuck with me because it shocked me, but it also like it was I was drawn to it, because that question, because it's atypical for a woman or a serial killer to dismember a body, and especially because she doesn't look that way. And what I'm trying, or what I'm always trying to say is never judge a book by its cover, but it felt really hard with her, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So how do you explain the psychology, or from a psychological point of view, like the gap between the outward image and that fact that she was capable, or that she was engaging in such extreme physical violence?
Yeah, I
What's your
think,
point on that?
yeah, I think I understand why you're intrigued with it, because it is a big contradiction what we think a serial killer or a violent killer like this look like. And but one thing we have to think about is that she,
Did she had a history? Because people just assume it was like 14 victims, because only two victims were like, how you say that, um, how you say that, two victims have been not approved.
yeah, yeah, that's the problem. The problem is when she started, because there's a lot of rumors, and some of the rumors is that her husband, she killed her husband, but you don't know
But that
it.
was never
Yeah,
confirmed. So two victims were confirmed, but her husband has never been confirmed, right?
no, no.
He's just been missing.
Yeah, that's true. So what I was thinking about when I say started earlier, it's not that she started probably killing. We don't know that. We don't know when she started killing, but her violent, aggressive way of being
Mhm.
is reported long ago. She was aggressive, she was vile, she was vindictive, and very hard on other people, and she had difficulty with living together with them. I think that's the very interesting thing, because in one way she wants to have someone to live with, but she couldn't, uh,
Yeah,
because
she.
of her, yeah,
But
because of her way.
wasn't it like, because for me, the Tamara is now in the Red Winter chapter because the Soviet Union was an interest, and because of this topic for this new chapter, I wanted to investigate if, the place she grew up with, like, she didn't murder in the while the Soviet Union was still on or still alive, but she was murdering in the after or the past, or the post, no, you say past, Soviet Union time.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think that this is connected to her crimes? Because I never found any study behind it, but what I believe in is that wherever you grow up, or in what environment you grow up, plays a really big role
Yeah, of
in
course.
in murder, or in Tamara's life, for
Yeah,
example, now.
yeah.
Do you think that the Soviet Union, with the whole structure of like believing that there are no serial killers, this can't happen in a socialist state, what is your point on that with her?
Yeah, I think she's born in 1974, no, 47. She's born in 1947.
Yeah, she was born in 90, she was 25th of April
Yeah,
1947,
so,
actually 5 days ago.
yeah,
No,
no,
5 days, no, it's in while we're on tour, actually.
yeah, because
Yeah,
I my birthday is the 27th April, so I know it.
you
Yeah,
can remember.
and in this time, it was chaotic in Siberian. There were a lot of hunger. There were,
Famine, yeah, that was a big thing.
yeah, and I studied a little about it. There's a lot of, well, I can't say right. dead people around, but there was a lot of dead people, and sometimes they didn't know what to do with them. So you see a lot of horror, you see a lot of anger, you see. I'm not sure if this is true, but I have heard someone talk about that there was also some cannibalism at the time because people were hungry and they have to eat something. So this, of course, you have to understand a person from where they grow up. And I don't know anything about her early years, her childhood. But she was a clever young girl. She got an university education.
She
She
was educated.
yes, she
And
was.
she spoke 3 languages, like, or
Exactly.
even 4 languages: German, English, Russian. Yeah, no, 3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah. And but of course you have to look at the history of people growing up. And for me, it's also what you are asking about before, is that we have an image in our head about how a serial killer have to be.
Should look like and should act.
It is a male, white male. He look probably they don't think. I think people say they're charming, but I don't think it's the person that they have in their mind. We have an architecture of a serial killer, and Tamara is not that at all. Not at all.
No.
And actually, SKYND, I don't see her as a serial killer, because no, it's because when people, I think I struggle with that. I'm a psychologist and a criminal profiler, because when they're mentally ill, I stop seeing them as a serial killer, if you understand what I mean.
I get that. I get that. I
Yeah,
mean, she's not in her right mind, if that
exactly.
makes sense. And
Yeah,
because in the song as well, I say that, or I sing about, but the walls, they keep talking like evil spirits. I tried to
yeah,
keep my poise, Volodya. And because of this, because she was schizophrenic, right?
yeah.
She had, and she also, in her diary, she was writing a diary, which made it even more disturbing to me. She was schizophrenic, and because of the diary entries, I assumed, because she was annoyed by her neighbor, obviously, but she was also writing about that she can hear people talking in the wall. And I just assume, because I never really, she was not hospitalized, but she's now in an institute, in a mental institution. But when I read about it, I never heard that she was schizophrenic. People just say like she was mentally ill. So that was something I assumed. So if you're telling me that this fact is true, then I'm blessed with this.
She was first diagnosed when she was caught. So
Exactly.
her diagnosis didn't come before, and that's very typical for females who get schizophrenic, because for some reason women are can better cope with schizophrenia. Also, well, I think it's because female doesn't get so violent.
Yeah.
And often they have a protection of the home. So if you're sitting at home and have weird thoughts and mentally break down, you don't,
And
you
also
don't,
the
you're not a,
isolation. I think the
exactly.
isolation,
Yeah,
being with yourself, having too much time at hand to think about stuff that you
exactly.
wouldn't be thinking about
Yeah.
when you would be in like company or would have like a normal structured day.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where it went wrong for her, because every time she find a new friend or a new person to live with her, in the beginning, I think maybe everything is okay, but slowly she will show that she's weird, because it was what there's, she's weird. She's talking to about weird things, and she also have an interest for the occult and
And for
astrology.
Chikatilo as well.
Yeah. Maybe I think maybe this is a rumor. I'm not sure about that, but I think that's um, that will make it easier for her to go under the radar than a man, because often a man has to go out and work, and men also.
Especially in that time.
Yeah, and paranoid schizophrenic men is often very weird. They're afraid of FBI, or they're afraid of UFO, what you call UFO, no,
UFOs, yeah, or
UFOs.
aliens,
Yeah, yeah,
and
and
getting spied on, and
yeah, exactly. And females, special, I think they go under the radar because they are not so aggressive and violent in the first look. But of course, when you get to know her, you will find out she's actually very, very violent. She have what I call crazy strength. When
yeah.
people are mentally ill, they are often very what you call it, strong people. They can lift a body. They can.
Yeah, but that's what I was wondering, how she
Yeah,
was capable. I mean, if you're like, there's that surveillance camera footage of
exactly.
her carrying out the plastic bags
Yeah.
where she was like walking like 7 times or something, and then she was bringing out the pot with like the head of what was her name again? That was
I can't remember the name.
Valentina
Mm.
Ulanova,
Yeah.
and that was her head inside the pot. And I mean, to dismember, a body, we had that in the beginning. It takes a lot of strength. So even like carrying out the bags and stuff, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, and
Like is
it
is it like something that even maybe we can compare it to like survival mode? Like when you're
yeah.
like you get like the strength, you need to do certain things because you're so like not overstimulated, but you're pumped up with like adrenaline, and then
Yeah,
maybe
no,
you
there is something crazy strong. I think maybe, I'm not sure totally about it. I can find out, but it is something that when you have schizophrenic, you have some chemistry in you, and some of the chemistry can make you very strong.
no way.
But of course,
Oh.
it's also adrenaline and
Like the
the.
push, like the dopamine and
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
that
yeah, exactly.
you
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But there's also something, if I should do something, I have my strength. But if somebody very very pressure me, if somebody pressures me, no,
Yeah,
that's not the right word. If I'm in danger,
yeah, you get
yeah,
attacked or
yeah,
like
if I
yeah.
get attacked, either I could freeze, or I can flee the place, or I can attack. And if I choose to attack, it is also because some of the chemistry in me that make me attack. And sometimes you get the over strength that you don't believe that you will could do that in another time. So that's of course something. But I think also because they're mentally, when you're schizophrenic, you are mentally another place. You're not in this world, so to say. So of course this is also something. And the funny thing, no, it's not really funny, but the weird thing is,
Yeah.
when you look at her, it doesn't seem like it is very heavy. she's not.
No, that's why.
Yeah,
That's
she's
why
just
when you're looking
taking
at
it.
the, yeah, but that's
Yeah,
why I was like, you're looking at the footage and you're like, she like a like someone who's going to the gym every day, you know,
yeah,
being like pumped up, you know, like a
yeah,
muscle guy,
yeah,
throwing
exactly.
that
Yeah,
over her shoulder like it's nothing.
yeah, and that's actually
And especially
very
in her
scary.
age, and in her age, and especially like, you know, when we think about like us right now, you know, you have the minerals, you have the vitamins, you have all this the stuff you actually need, you know, but back in the days she probably didn't have that. Growing up with like famine and stuff isn't
Mm,
like, you know, will make you probably age faster as well because your body is tired. But
yeah,
then to act in this violent way or brutal way, and being that strong, that really stuck with me because
yeah,
I could have there are so many Russian or like out from the Soviet Union, there's so many killers, but she was really standing out because of the brutality, because of that she actually wrote that diary where she had the daily chores she was doing, like wiping the floor twice, cleaning, taking her pills and whatever. But then, yeah, I borrowed a hacksaw and I never gave it back.
mm,
You know, it's like it's documented, it's brutal, but as we both say, it never judge a book by its cover, but
mm,
it's really, really hard with her
mm.
because because when she was arrested, she was actually happy to be
Yeah,
arrested because
yeah,
she was poor. She was living at Valentina's apartment as well because she didn't have food and stuff. And but then again, she killed her. That was like
mm.
also like two sides again, you know.
Yeah, she's struggling with the two
But she
sides.
was really happy to actually because she knew she's old. Now she has like meals or every day she's like getting her food and meals and whatever. And you know, that's to her, it's not even a punishment. So I wonder, I know I talk a lot, but
No, no, that's
my
fine.
question now is for you is like how do you see it? Like for her, it's not even a punishment or no, you said in the beginning because she was mentally ill, you can't look at her like a serial killer, but then again, for all the like the victims or like the people left behind or you know, we don't know, or people she heard, it kind of feels weird, no?
Yeah, yeah. I saw it like I saw her like very disturbed, and also like she wasn't. Of course, Of course, she knew she was uh, going to jail, and she won't come out again. But maybe also she was thinking she will get help now
Yeah, but
because
I
it
think
isn't easy for her. But she
exactly.
was also very contradicting because in some way she was, and then
Yeah.
she was like this, like a
Mhm.
child, like. So she was also like, I see her like crumbling. I see her mentally crumbling, and I think the reason why she was writing in the diary about everything, if you as a person is fragmented and you are mentally in the process of falling apart. When you write in your diary, or it doesn't have to be in a diary, just when you write everything down, it make you a little more connected. So it's a way of keeping track on herself
Of
and
herself.
a way of, like being a real a real person, because she's writing down. And people with schizophrenia often have this feeling of not being a person, being another thing or in another world. And this is a way of connecting with this world. This is my thought about it. And because she's writing it like, as you say, like then I go down and I have eaten today, and then I also
Coffee in the morning and blah
yeah,
blah blah.
yeah, yeah. That's but for her, I think actually it's not a big deal for her. She just needed to get the person out of her life, and how is the easiest way for her? It will be to kill them. But it's important, as I understand it, she was poisoning them, and
Yeah,
then
she was in my memory, she put like 51 sleeping pills, or like uh, I don't know how to call the medication.
yeah, it's
I don't
yeah,
really
yeah,
remember that right now, but
yeah,
she was using those pills and gave it into the salad, and
yeah,
then she fell asleep, and then she dismembered uh Valentino, I think was her
yeah,
name. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And that's
And
it's
that's
such a
really, that's actually not atypical for women.
exactly. That's one of the ways, because you don't have to have blood on your hands. Well,
Exactly.
of course, she have dismembered her, but her victims. But when they are dead, you don't see the blood. So much blood is not
Yeah.
streaming and pumping like if a person
But
is alive.
again, there is still like a lot of blood and a lot
Yes,
of,
yes, of course, but not in the
human.
same way. Not in the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the way of connecting or trying to um, maybe calm herself down mentally, because I think she knew she have trouble. She knew, but I don't think she care about it. It wasn't that I think, oh, this is horrible what I'm doing. I don't think she
Don't you
was
think?
thinking that. No.
Because I remember we spoke about that, when someone kills for like the first time or whatever, they're like roast out, or they're like, I don't know, freaking out, or they don't actually don't like it. But what do you think with her? Because but then she had to like it to actually do it again, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't think she like. I don't know, of course, but I think she wasn't very worried about filth or uh, blood, because if it was me, I couldn't live with just one bit of
yeah,
blood in my home. But she didn't see it, because I saw some picture of her home, and
yeah,
it
it's
was very filthy.
yeah.
And
And they actually, the reason why she killed Valentina was because of an unwashed fucking cup. A
yeah,
cup. And
yeah,
then you look at the photos of how she lived, it doesn't make sense.
no. And
Again, it doesn't
yeah,
make
it
sense.
doesn't. No, no. And I think that's a very good sign of the mental illness, or I think she couldn't see herself. She couldn't see what she was doing, but she could see what
Others
what
were
others were
doing,
doing.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
stomping in the hallway and, moving too
Exactly.
loud, and that's why she
Yeah,
killed her neighbor.
yeah, yeah,
It's for
exactly.
actually like really, um, for no reason at all, actually.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
normally you just speak to each other, you talk it out, but
yeah,
she decided to kill them
yeah,
and
yeah,
dismembering the bodies.
yeah.
That's
And
insane.
it's weird because, I always say, when you have a killer, it makes sense for the killer. But
Yeah.
can I
Oh, yeah.
understand it? I don't understand it. Many times I don't understand it, and I think it's the reason when there's mental illness, it's difficult for me, because you can always say, oh, maybe it was some voices, maybe she saw something, maybe she thought it. One another, you don't know it,
Yeah.
because it's not normal. And if when you have a serial killer who is normal, because
Yeah.
what is normal,
Yeah. Yeah.
then
But I
it's
get it.
easier. And
Yeah.
when if you see the motive as revenge or jealousy or all of this thing, you can understand it. but why did she go so much further in getting rid of people? That is a very difficult question to answer, and I'm not sure I have the answer. I think that the answer is from inside her inside, and I think she probably don't know either. She knows it when this person didn't do the dishes, then she get angry, and I think she probably is so crazy angry. So when she acting out on a person, it gets,
It's like a projection.
also, but I also think if you have a crazy strong person and the crazy strong person get angry on another person, then the violence will be very, very different than if I'm mad.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah, I get
So
it.
yeah,
Like
so
the
that's
potential of getting super violent is
exactly.
higher with Tamara Samsonova than with you,
Yeah,
for example,
yeah,
or
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she also knew that, and that's the reason why she was happy about it, or that she was caught, maybe. But also, she's, it's like she was fighting her own enemy, if you understand me. When I look at her, it, it, it could have been the grandmother of one of the victims, if
Exactly.
you understand,
Yeah.
because it was
Yeah.
like it was so weird. It's weird she have done it, and she's happy that
But but there are some parallels to me with Chikatilo and Samsonova
yeah,
because when they both got caught, they were acting super strange. Like even Chikatilo, he was like smiling and then he was like making weird faces. What is that?
yeah.
Why are they doing that?
Well, Chikatilo is a different case. I think I saw when he was arrested. I saw it on television
Yeah. Oh.
because I was yeah, I can't remember how old I was, but and he was standing like in a glass no, like a cage, and he was drooling. Have you seen that footage?
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was drooling, and I remember I was thinking, what is wrong with that man? And then I find out later that he was so strongly medicated that he couldn't keep his saliva in his mouth, and that was he was also having some mannerism, and that was because they totally drugged him out. So.
Oh, probably it was like high on drugs. Like you can say it that simple.
I'm not sure he was high on drugs, but I think he
Yeah,
was.
probably he was high.
Yeah, of course he was. But Russian is another place than you wouldn't do that in my country, for example. We can medicate people, but we will never medicate them so they're zombies
Okay.
or they can't keep their saliva in their mouth. And I'm
Probably
not
they just
sure.
didn't care. I mean,
Exactly. They don't care. I have my friend from the Danish police. He was one of the uh, chief inspector, and he was in Russia, in USA, and they was talking with some Russian police, and they say to him, "Well, here in Russia, we don't have any serial killers. Would you like to know why?" And he, of course, say, "Yes, I would like to know why you don't have any serial killers in Russia." He say, "When we have someone who have killed a person or two person, we take him and we ask him, are you the serial killer? And he say no, then we shoot him. So then we take the next one, are you the serial killer? And if they say no, we shoot them. So we shoot them all. We don't have anyone."
but
I'm not sure
Chikatilo
if he
wasn't
was
caught.
I'm not sure if he was
But Chikatilo
joking.
wasn't caught. He was even like he was caught, but then they just let him go again.
But you know what? I'm sorry to say, they say we don't have any serial killer. Oh my God, that's such a
No,
lie.
No, and of course it's a lie. Of
Yeah,
course it's a lie. I mean, of course it's a lie. And I really truly believe that they tried to keep up that lie, or their belief system. They wanted to keep that up. That's why they didn't care
yeah, yeah,
about the victims,
yeah,
and that's what I talked about Chikatilo as well,
yeah,
because the system didn't care, because they only cared about their own belief system
yeah,
and couldn't
yeah,
open up their eyes to facts that
yeah,
even with this suppressed system and with the surveillance and with people being muted and killed,
yeah,
uh, and I truly believe, maybe you see it differently, but I truly believe if you're living under like this vacuum of negativity and being like pushed down, and just you have to work, you have to do this, and this coldness as well. I don't
yeah,
think that anything, like, not anything, that's the wrong wording, but that there will grow up or grow out so many like negative influences that people get influenced by to be able to, act in violent ways, if
mhm. Yeah, of course, because something when people are become serial killer or become violent or rapist, it's not about you can't structure you out of it.
mm,
It is a way. It's different for everyone, but it is about taking back power or
yeah,
taking back control. And
yeah,
of course, as I always say, some psychological things that they are living also. But the power and the control, if you don't have that in some way, this is the worst thing for human. We human has to have some power and control, not of everything, but
no, but I get it.
something.
It's I think everything in life is like, it has to be like balanced,
Yeah,
otherwise it's one-sided, obviously. So I feel, yeah, that's what you're
yeah,
saying. Yeah.
yeah. And I think something you also said earlier about isolation, that is also something very important, because I feel that Tamara in one way want to have be alone and isolated, but in
Not in a
another side
healthy
of her,
way.
yes, she also want to have some people. But I think it,
But actually, people described her as like, you know, friendly,
yeah,
and
earlier.
stuff. Like she searched for like people to talk to. Like she wanted to have, out of her own wanted isolation. She also spoke to people. Like
Yeah. What do you think about the description of that she was sitting in the window
yeah,
without? I heard it as she was sitting with the back to the
yeah, with
window.
her
Yeah,
naked back. Yeah,
yeah,
and I also sing about this. Sat down by the window, all eyes on me. And
yeah,
that also stood out to me, because actually that was a question I wanted to ask you. But in my interpretation, or I feel like it's this to be seen, to attract, to get like maybe an like a reaction out of people, because she knew that the husband of her neighbor. It's
mhm,
kind of weird,
yeah,
like to have this, because I had this picture in my head, this lady sitting naked in front of the window, but actually killing her husband. Like she
mhm,
wanted to have people around her, or she wanted to be looked at, but then she actually killed the people who were close to her.
yeah, yeah,
Or people, she killed her husband, or we just assume she killed, or allegedly she killed her husband.
yeah,
Um, the only one who could actually give her in that validation, you know. So
yeah,
to me, that was a really strong picture as well, that she was sitting at the window naked with her back to the window and looking out and checking out who's watching.
Yeah.
Because it's again those two sides that
Yeah.
yeah, that were somehow also, because that's why I was really glad to have the diary,
Mm.
because it helped me, because without it, if there weren't any like I say the pictures of it, or like it's not like files, but you know what I mean, like the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
information out there. It really helped me, because otherwise, without that, it would be hard for me. And I think I wouldn't have written about her without
Okay.
the diary,
What
because
is
it just,
it? What?
the diary just helped me to get a story. And
Mm.
because it was written by her and it was her own words that I'm using, it makes it even more disturbing to me. But without, if she wouldn't have like wrote that diary, I think it would be more difficult for me and father to get this. No, probably not for father, but for me, it would be hard to get a storyline of her, or because I didn't want it to be too graphic, because I felt
Mm.
like, the lady sitting half naked in front of the window, it doesn't fit her, and she was also like cleaning it up in like plastic bags. She could also like just throw it out the fucking window if she didn't care, but she was still like, even if it didn't look like it, she was tidy. She was like
Mm.
swapping the floor 2 times a day.
Mm.
And that's why, that's what I'm saying. It's those two personas in
Mm.
like one or two characters in one person. And because of the diary, it was more visual to me, because she was actually writing it down, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
So it
exactly.
helped me to get a structure of how I want to tell the story of
Yeah,
Tamara
yeah.
Samsonova.
I saw the that she was sitting in the window in two way. The first was I was thinking, if she had killed 14 people, that is what they are
But I don't
trying.
believe,
No, no,
I
no.
actually
But
don't
that
believe.
is what they are going with now. They are talking about 14 people.
But
I'm
they
not
assume
sure.
it.
Yeah,
They
I'm not.
assume it.
Yeah, I'm not
It's still
sure.
not confirmed,
No,
but
no, 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 no. But if it if it is 14 person and she have killed much more than we know now,
mhm.
she have to have somebody to kill, and that could be a way of getting people to her. That could be a way. That's the one thing. The other thing I
Interesting.
was thinking is that she might have some um, I can't put a diagnosis on her, so I'm not
No,
doing that. But
no.
that could be some histrionic about her. She want to be seen. She want eyes on her. How can she do that? She couldn't. It was maybe the one way she could do it. So she was seen in some way or another. And when you need to every people want to be seen. Everyone want people to see you and
Yeah, of course.
recognize
Yeah.
that you are a person. And I think she didn't have a lot of string to pull.
But then again, she killed her
Yeah,
husband.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, but that's the thing when you have
No,
people.
I get it.
People are not straightforward.
Yeah.
People are doing what they are doing that fulfill something in them right here now.
Yeah.
And people can have many things in them, and that's I think that's we're back on the thing that we don't see an elderly woman as
Yeah.
a strong violent murder,
Yeah.
maybe even eat some of the flesh of her victims. And it is because for people we have an idea of what a vicious
Should
killer
look
is.
like. Yeah.
And yeah, and when it's not that picture, when we see another person, we get upset because it's not fulfilling
Yeah, it
our
doesn't.
own perception of how a killer is. And it make us uneasy. It make us mistrust everybody else. It makes us mistrust ourselves, because how can I be in a world if I can't see who is a killer? You can't see who is a killer, but you telling yourself, this is a reassurance how I can be in the world. It is because I know who would harm me. I know who is a good person.
Yeah.
So I can,
Like we think we can like see it and get protected, and that's like our safe
exactly.
system, like, or safety
Yeah,
system. Yeah.
exactly. There's a lot of people who
Isn't
talking
it,
about
maybe that's a little off topic, but isn't it the same thing with like the faces, the uncanny valley?
the what?
Uncanny valley.
What
You
is
know,
that?
when there are like faces and it's human, but it's not human at all. And then something in our brain or something, just us human, we get alerted by, because we see it's weird, and we can see even small things or changes that are weird. So it's weird to us. So our
Yeah.
system gets alerted.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think
Probably it's not the
that all,
same.
no, that's true. That's so true. But it is swifting, because we see a lot of people who are getting operation and the internet and
Different.
avatar. So you get used to see the weirdness. But you are actually right. This is something intuitive you see in a person. If you can't say what it is.
What it is exactly,
You
but
can't
you
say
see
exactly what it
something.
is, but you
But like,
feel it.
but with uncanny valley, it's like they are like extreme. If you Google it, and people can Google it, go Google it. It's just the faces are super extreme. But what I get is that we can feel something is off.
Yeah,
So I was just putting those things together. It's
but
not the
that's true.
same, but I
No,
feel
but
like
that's
that.
true.
But
Yeah.
this alert system we have in us, but then again, it's wrong with Tamara Samsonova, because
Yeah.
I
And
don't know. I don't know if I would react towards her if I would like meet her, even with Catherine Knight. I don't know if I would feel scared, because I don't know how the feeling would be. But
no, because
on the
sometimes what you
first,
fear,
if you look at the pictures, I wouldn't be like afraid. I would be like creeped out, but not afraid that she would kill me.
it is just because you know what you know. If you
Yeah,
just saw
that's
a
true.
picture of her, you
But
wouldn't
that's why
think.
we're so interested in it.
Yeah, and the interesting is that you tell yourself that you can see it, but the real thing is that you see, when you see another person and you are afraid, you don't actually see what the other person look like, but you can sense it,
Mhm.
because it is not something you can see on a person, but it is more a feeling of something make you uneasy. And it is actually a survival skill to see or sense that this person will harm you. I have a dog, and people who have a dog also know that sometimes I go with my dog, and suddenly she see another dog, and the dog look very nice, but she react to it, and when we get beside it, it's
Mhm.
and I couldn't see it, but she know it, and this is a survival skill that people also have. But sometimes we
Do you think you can
we
train that
we
as a
pardon
human? Do you
pardon.
think you can train that as a human, that you can get better in that?
No, no, I don't think you can train it. I think some people are more prone to it if they have been some violent thing in their upbringing, or some harm or some threatening things. Then children get very good to spot out when something is in danger, and it is a survival skill that is very good. But we always put it aside, because we are a social being, and we have to be together with other people. But you come to a workplace and you can feel this person, there's something wrong, but you can't say what it is. And we have to, I think it's very important, because it's something that saves us from getting
That gut
harmed.
feeling as well.
Yeah, you can say a gut feeling, yeah. And it is something we are, everyone is born with, but many people set to side, and especially females. You know why? Because females are trained to, oh no, don't say, you have to
No, yeah.
be, you don't say no to this, just do it, and then you can, you know
Oh, don't
what.
think about it. Just
Yeah,
do it.
don't think about it. You have to be the sweetest one. With the boy, oh, go out and say
Yeah,
this is
yeah, yeah. And say who you
terrible. I
are
don't
and
want to.
don't do it.
And we
Yeah.
have to raise our girls in another way. Yeah.
Yes, we have to. Female
Yeah.
power.
Female power. Yeah. It's the most important thing is to say no and feel
Yeah, and
this is not good for me.
call out stuff, calling out shit,
Exactly. Yeah.
standing
Yeah.
up for each other,
Yeah.
and maybe being more hyper vigilant to crimes like that, or to violence like that,
Yes,
to get
exactly.
better
Yeah.
with, like,
Also in couple violence, you have to be, instead of, you hear a lot of saying, well, it's also he had or she had, because it's both sex, but they have a troubled childhood, and they were also, it is sad for them, and I'm the only one he understand, or I'm, all what you try. No, 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 don't do it. Say no, don't let anyone run over you. This is very, very important.
very important.
Yeah,
But that's
and
that's uh that's I probably the most important thing, especially nowadays, to
yeah,
actually raise your voice if you feel comfortable
yeah.
enough in certain situation. If you don't feel comfortable enough, just don't say it. It's not like,
Oh, you
because
know what?
what I'm
You know
trying
what?
to, yeah,
Just go away.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Just
save yourself first,
up and go
you know.
away. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Get away from the situation. Put,
Yeah,
say something and get away. Say something to someone
exactly.
and get
Make
away.
yourself known.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
I heard about that you have to make yourself known, be loud, because
Yeah.
once I saw a video or a reel, and there was a guy with a podcast, and he was saying that that he doesn't like loud women. So
Mm.
there was that other girl then just screaming into the phone, and I was like, yeah, you should do
Yeah,
that. Just be
yeah,
loud.
yeah, yeah, of course. And actually, it's also men, because there's also men who is not speaking up for themselves, going to, you know, make do something they don't really want to do, because now it's the butt thing. Now you have to be masculine, you have to say this and this, and they also have to say, no, I don't want to do that, I want to have equality, I don't want
But
to be.
again, that takes a lot of courage as well,
Yes,
to
it's
stand up against
exactly.
a
Yeah,
whole structured society or the
yeah,
patriarchy. I mean, it
yeah.
doesn't help men or women, or if however
No,
you
exactly.
identify yourself,
Yeah,
but it doesn't help anyone.
yeah,
And
that's true.
I hope that this will probably change something.
Yeah, yeah, and I agree with you. It's not
It has
easy.
to. It
It's
has to.
not easy at all. It isn't easy. And one of the thing I was thinking about this case that saddened me a little, it was that, because she's an old woman, I
Mhm.
saw a lot of people making fun of her.
Mm.
And oh, she's so ugly, and oh, she's so it's funny why, of course it's terrible what she have done,
Of
but
course, yeah.
why do we need to go there?
I think people go there just to feel better about themselves as well.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
And
you're
I feel
probably right.
like the internet and the whole, this whole world, it's still like a place where you can hide and you can just get all of your frustration out there on whatever topic you choose, and you can
Mhm.
get your you know, your opinion out there. But I mean, I feel like a lot of people see the world as black and white as well. Like there's just good and there's bad, but
Yeah,
there's nothing in between. And I feel like, yeah, it needs good and bad, and that's probably the top of everything, but there isn't just good and bad. There's so much gray in between
exactly.
that we still don't understand. And that's why it is so important to talk to you about it and get more understanding of human psychology. And for like, if I can say that, thank you so, so much for having this talk with me, Florence,
Thank you for having me.
and for your time and bringing
Oh,
your
that's fine.
perspective into this, because
And
it was really important.
thank you for making this kind of songs and lyrics. And I think you have a lot of courage because it isn't a straightforward case. You could have choose many other case with where people would just say, "Oh yeah, we know this one and this one," and this is. It is controversial on many levels, both because it's a older woman, I don't think she was even a grandmother because she
But she was
hadn't.
called the Granny Ripper
Yeah, she
or the
was
Baba
called a
Yaga. Yeah.
grandmother. But controversial. What do you actually think
Hmm?
about that? The things that they talk. I think I started. What do you think about that she was a cannibal?
I do. I can imagine it. I can imagine it.
Hmm.
I could imagine it, but probably it was
Why?
just more like a rumor because she dismembered the bodies and people just assume it was because of, you know, the famine and the Soviet Union and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I do believe
But
that Chikatilo actually was biting on body parts and tried
yeah.
to eat it. I'm not sure if she did it.
Didn't she write it in her diary?
She did, but I'm not sure if it was just her. Like it was the same with like the walls talking to her.
Ah, okay. Why don't you think it? Is it too weird for you?
No, 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 because you know, Catherine Knight did it as well. Like
Yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
cooked it and you know, probably eat it as well.
Yeah.
But with her, it because of the name Baba Yaga in the Slavic how you say that in the Slavic folklore, Baba Yaga is an elderly woman. Um, Cannibalism, but also like supernatural, living like in a bird-legged house with her sisters.
Yeah.
And that's what a Baba Yaga in my recollection is. And I think because of her name as well, because it was never confirmed. It was assumed that she was eating it, but eating the parts, but I'm not sure.
No, no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure either, but I think to cross over from killing a person and
To
cooking
eating.
the head because she wanted to make it,
Or she was just like taking the head, like, you know, in this pot and just like throw it out.
yeah, cooking it, and you see
Or no,
in
just or probably just not even cooking it. Probably she was just
you
disposing the
think,
head in the pot. And
you
people
think
just
that.
assume because it's a pot, maybe she
Mm,
was out of plastic bags. I don't know.
oh.
She was walking 7 times.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
that's true. Yeah.
you know.
And it's very difficult with a case like that because some places they say that she was cooking the flesh of the head so they couldn't recognize her. I'm not
Mm.
sure if it's right, but
But it also depends on her teeth, how well her whole like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I
of
mean, it makes
course.
sense, right? You have to
Yeah,
have like good teeth to actually
yeah.
bite into human flesh.
Well, if you cook it.
Not even if you cook it. It like I
No.
remember when I was investigating Armin Maives,
Yeah.
that when he was cooking it and then he was cooking it for too long, but it was too chewy to actually bite it and too gross. So I assume that meat is much like is different and it's just harder to eat.
But wasn't it a penis he was
Yeah, it
eating?
was. But then
Yeah,
again,
I
it's
think a
like muscle.
penis is
But
not
then
the
again,
best.
yeah, but then again, you have a lot of muscles.
Yeah, yeah. I have heard people say that it is like normal, like a veil.
Oh
Yeah.
God, no. I'm not gonna talk about this.
No.
But that's a good moment to actually stop.
Yeah, yeah, that's
No, but
true.
thank you again, Florence, for taking the time. And we probably gonna see each other again because
Yeah,
we we are planning some stuff
yeah, we are
that is
planning
in the near
in
future.
the near future.
So
Yes.
let's just say thank you so much again for
Thank you.
taking your time to talk to me about or to us about Tamara Samsonova to dig a little deeper. That was the goal, and I hope we achieved it
Yeah, me too.
with our talk. And it always feels so like good to talk to you because it gives me a
Same.
lot of confidence as well to know that
Oh,
I'm
thank
doing the
you.
right thing because
Oh, you're so
you're
sweet.
always encouraging me to do it. So
Oh,
thank you
thank
so
you. I love it
much.
and I love to follow you. You are a star in my eyes. So
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. And
Thank you.
yeah, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you in the near future.
Bye.
Bye.